Yo, it's your boy 3CP, and we are back with another No Huddle podcast. Couldn't do it live this week, but anyway, technical difficulties and stuff going on. But what a week. What a week. JT pretty much dominated the Wiley's team, which a lot of people expected. And, hey, looks like they're getting back to where they're supposed to be. You know, the running game is just so good. Like that guy Hawkins, and then the little number 26 started coming out running, juking dudes, taking it for six. I mean, they got a lot of guys that can just take the ball and just take it for six, and there's a lot of good running backs. And I think that's going to help them later on in the season in the playoffs. Cause somebody already posted, like, you know those guys in Dallas, they always posting like projections. And I was telling CJ this, they got JT going through the second round, losing to Highland Park. Y'all know the school Matthew Stafford went to. They got Highland Park beating Lufkin for the state championship to win it. That's the early projection right now. So looks like down the line, if JT keeps winning, and since they're gonna avoid the first round matchup with Lufkin as of right now, it looks like Lufkin and JT could meet up at state championship. How cool would that be? East Texas State Championship in a higher division besides Kilgore and Carthage, you know, from a few years back, or Chopper Hill, Henderson. Hey, would be pretty big. But this Wild East team, they just didn't come prepared to play football. These guys, I mean, I know they probably haven't been. The school program hasn't been around for like maybe 10 years or so, and you know, I guess the place, you know, how the DFW gets so big, they split schools up. So Wylie ended up, I guess, splitting it up and breaking it down into more schools. And I guess this Wiley's got the bad part of the bad bunch of the kids, because I mean, I'm not saying they're just bad kids, they just wasn't prepared to play some football. What I'm saying, or just JT was just way better than them, and it showed on the field. I mean, these dudes was just. All I do was that one play when Street caught that long touchdown, and that cornerback number 80, he hit him. He actually hit him and bumped him up, and gave him like a speed boost. I don't know what kind of tackle he was trying to do, but he pretty much bumped him up and gave Street a speed boost to run for six. It was great. I was telling CJ, like, man, number 80 can't hold Street. I can look at a player. I looked at everybody on that team, Wiley's, and they just looked like they was not going to be able to compete with JT. Like, and I looked up the number 80. Like, he had no chance against Street. Like, they could have really just threw the ball to Street all night. He would have burnt them every time, because that dude number 80 was not going to hold Street. And it was like just a beat down of epic proportion. Just beat down after beat down. It was just touchdown. And then what the thing is crazy, the audio stopped working in the first game. First part of the game, pretty much they played the T Jones JT song, and there was no sound. I don't know, T Jones must have blew the whole sound system out, because that was a perfect start to the game. Like, they came out to the JT's born to win. Like, yeah. After that, no sound, no audio, no screen, nothing. Until the last 2 or 3 minutes, they finally got it working when it really didn't matter. So I was like, dang, a guy on the phone was like, we paid all this money for no screen and no audio to work. They paid all this money for this brand new upgraded stadium and stuff. And then he said, now I didn't say this, he said it would have been different. If it would have been a league game, this would have been different. That audio and stadium would have been working the seconds after they found out, oh, it's not working. They would have got this thing working before the first quarter was over. That's just what one of the guys on the forum said, you know. And, you know, I mean, hey, we got to just take it for what it is. What we know. We know Lee. We know John Tyler. We know what they do at the game. We know how people, we ain't getting into that. But we know the audio wasn't working. I think they should have put a better effort into getting it working, because they seemed to get it working at the last part of the game. So obviously they was not doing it. Maybe they just didn't really care to get it working or was it that difficult? Or I mean, they did get it working, and I know they probably had these problems plenty of times. So I know they know what they're doing. So we just never know like what was the problem with it. It just made the game feel weird too. Like you couldn't really. It's like nothing. Seemed like the crowd was quiet. This is seemed weird. But anyway though, we come off going to West Mesquite now. JT has to face this big number one receiver. I believe he got a few offers. I think TJ can tell you more about that. And he pretty much one of their best playmakers. They got a good offense. It's one of those teams that got the good offense, but they're not good on defense. It's not as good because this Wylie East team put up 20 points against them. Even though they got blew out by West Mesquite 50-20 or something, but they still gave up some points to this team. So you can tell defensively this team is not going to be that good because Wylie East offense was really not that great at all, and JT pretty much just handled them really easy. So with that being said, I mean, I'm thinking JT probably have another big game again. I mean, they can shut down this receiver because secondary has been a big problem for JT. But they can shut him down, I can see another big scoring game for JT, and maybe West Mesquite put up something similar to what they did to Wylie East, a 55-20 game, something like that. They might get a few scores late then, but I'm thinking JT, if they can put him away early, this might be another one of those games, big league, big blowouts type game, because I think the most that Poteet game is gonna be pretty interesting because that's gonna be a real interesting game because they got that great running back. I think that's the team they're gonna really need to look out for. And then there's another one, I believe, like Sherman or McKinney North, one of those guys, something like that. A few teams is gonna be that. I think JT's gonna, if they can get past Poteet, they probably must shoe in to win the district title in this 5A division. If nothing falls apart, they should be this easy shoe in for this. And then they got, like I said, the projection said they got them projected as of right now facing a team called Magnolia West or something like that. And then, as you know, win that game, they're projected to face Highland Park, which is gonna be a pretty big game. I mean, that's way early, but just think about it. If they can beat, if everything falls into place the way they say it's gonna fall into place, and JT just breaks that projection and messes everything up for this projection that this guy put up, and they say they beat Highland Park, then hey, that means they got a shoe in to face Lufkin almost. And why the hell was Siri talking on my? I swear there must be some ghosting around here. My Siri just ends up this popping up for no reason. For some reason, when I lay my phone down, I guess phone started acting crazy. But anyway, like I said, man, that's the projection. JT does that projection. They'll end up facing Highland Park, and if Lufkin keeps winning, they'll end up going to state, and they'll be on like a collision course. Bam, JT and Lufkin. That could happen now. That could happen, but we way early. Still got to get through district. And yeah, like I said, big blowout. Tyler ISD needs to make sure they fix their stadium thing, the audio. Hopefully the next home game, the last home game, JT has. One guy said they better be working because he said he's coming from Dallas to watch the game. This is gonna be the last one because I'm like, yeah, they gotta just make a better effort to get the stuff working. People are paying their tax dollars for stuff, and you can't get it to working. That's just pitiful. So hopefully they get that situated and ironed out. So now we up to West Mesquite. Gonna bring CJ on, and he's gonna tell you some more about this. But yeah, good win for JT. This big blowout. Those guys were just not good. They were not good at all. and pretty much what everybody expected. We expected it. We knew what was going to happen. We just had to see it for ourselves, and that's what we saw. I pretty much, like I said, I'm finna start another thing before I get off of this. Like a sports type, a separate podcast for like doing like sports NFL. I had an idea how I want to do it, and if y'all are interested in that, y'all make sure y'all check out the channel because I'm gonna be bringing it. My guy, Mike from the phone from my YouTube subscribers had a suggestion that I do something like this, and I was like, yeah, that's a good idea. So shout out to him. We're gonna make that work. I got some ideas of what I'm gonna do. So we're gonna see what that happens, But we're gonna bring CJ on, and yep, big win for JT. Blowout. Let's go.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Well, first home game officially of the season for John Tyler in the books. It was great to be back out at Rose Stadium. My first time being out there this year. And, and also let me shout out to T. Jones. Look, I've been knowing him. A lot of people don't know. I know his family. My mom was real cool, good friends with his grandma, and everything. And I went to school with his uncle. His family is like another family to mine. So, and this go back, some years. So, shout out to him. Hey, his song played when John Tyler was coming out. One of the first things I noticed as I was entering the stadium right before kickoff Friday evening, and it was a hella cool deal. So I wanted to shout out him doing big things. Hey, it ain't nothing to it but to do it, man. You just gotta, some people about doing their thing, and and you just gotta give respect where respect is due. But on to the game. On paper, we was thinking, it wouldn't be a close game. Wylie's, coming off a 2-win season, I believe, last year. So on paper, the game shouldn't have been close. But we look, like I say, I always say, don't underestimate an opponent. Respect all opponents. So just go out there and handle your business. That's what JT did. On both sides of the ball. But you just really seeing it in person, you just saw a team inferior to the other team. That's just point blank period. That's what you saw. So, but what I noticed is, we're going to go over some stats in a minute, but the thing is, overall, JT starting off District 2-0, great start. That's where you want to be as you head to face some even more competition like next week, West Mesquite. Then you still got McKinney North to deal with, and then you got Mesquite Poteet, those two teams are always pretty solid. Actually, the next three teams are always pretty solid playoff caliber teams. So, you can't. It ain't really the time to get excited, because anything can change. Anything can change. You got to handle your business, but it's great to start out. Get those 2 wins out of the way. Like I said before, you get the 2 wins out of the way, the first 2 games of district, you pretty much setting yourself up in the driver's seat to get in the playoffs. That's what it's about. Because I think if you get 3, I believe if you get like 3 wins, that pretty much in addition, pretty much probably gonna guarantee you a playoff spot. So, and I'm pretty sure they can win. I'm gonna say it like this. I believe they can win 2 more games in district. Definitely 1. I mean, but you want to handle your business one of these next couple games. You want to go on and split these next 2 games, and then after that you got 2 games to go. Because you don't want to end up, what if you lose the next 3 games, and then, it's all up to you getting a win against Sherman in the last game, which Sherman, on paper, it seems like, a win for JT, but that's why the game is played. You just want to go on and handle your business and then give yourself some momentum heading to the playoffs, because these next 3 games are playoff caliber teams. West Mesquite, they got the 4-star, like Rob, he he told you about how they on defense. From what he knows, they got the they got the 4-star receiver Dylan Wright. That's his name. Yeah, Dylan Wright, 4-star receiver. I believe. Now I was looking this up. I don't want to be wrong about this, but I'm pretty sure he had some Division I offers to go to college. I know, school's been looking. I believe at the moment he's committed to Texas A&M. And if I'm wrong, please forgive me, but that's from what I found out. Committed to Texas A&M, and I also got some offers for some other big D1 schools. And I was looking at some highlights. The dude looks like the deal. So, and the weakness, I believe. Well, this is just what I see and what I done, found out these first few games, the secondary. So they I was always thinking in the back of my mind, when they face a passing attack, it's probably gonna be a problem for JT. So that front seven and the strength of that defense, the back end not so much. So they're really gonna have to contain and not let number 9. Yeah, that's the number. So watch out for him Friday night if y'all going to the game in Mesquite against West Mesquite. Number 9, Dylan Wright. He's he can go get it. Good run after the catch. So they're gonna have to deal with him. They can't let him get off. And so, but I believe overall, and from what I've seen, just like I've seen, even though I really don't want to count, I really don't want to go by what I seen Friday night because of who the opponent was. But because it was an inferior opponent. It was a lot of missed tackles. JT was running through tackles. Even though the running game is the strength, I believe, on offense. If you establish that running game, JT can win a lot of games. It's just about, usually the formula, a great running game, great defense, or good defense, you can go real far. Because, of course, the running game can set up the pass. And we know Devlin Woods, he can make some passes. Set up the play action, go deep the street. Get some possession catches with Street or Keelan Warren and go from there. But they got a stable of running backs, Cam Grant, Roderick Hawkins. Then I seen this number 26 come out of nowhere. So that's just what it is. But I'm gonna go over some stats for y'all. Some stats. JT had 493 total yards. Now, Keandre Street, he only had one catch. I believe, it was a 74-yarder for the touchdown, just right over the top. Like, even when it happened, I looked over at Rob. I was like, well, it's about time. You know what I'm saying? About time they went up the street. So, even though it was one catch, 74 yards, but they focused more on the running game, it looks like, even though Cam Grant, he only had 5 carries, 21 yards. Rod Hawkins 8 carries, 81 yards. But they got a stable of running backs, and they're just gonna feed it. I like how I told Rob this because I watched some of the game film or game tape when they played Texas High. I like when they do the two split backs in the shotgun and they run like the counter. They run it with Cam Grant and Rod Hawkins. I think it's pretty effective because you don't know who's gonna get the ball, and they're kind of like thunder and lightning, but they both run hard. So if they get that going, they're gonna have a lot of success. But like I told Rob, I told him this personally because we'll be talking during the game and off air. Playoff teams, just like Alito, when they faced them a few years ago or whatever, you can tell when a team is focused on cutting off what you do best. Because great teams are going to find a way. Usually these great teams, when they got a pretty good defense, at least good offense, okay? So they're going to cut off what you do, just like everybody play the Cowboys. They're like, well, Dak got to beat us. We're not going to let 21 eat. We're not going to let Zeke Elliott eat. That's the head of the snake. They're going to want to cut off the head of the snake. That's the fastest, most effective way to kill a snake, right? Cut the head off. So, but you got to stay true to what you do because, like I say, It's just like, so maybe they'll, some teams will catch on. Like I say, playoff teams, they're gonna catch on, and they're gonna, because that's, they're built for this. That's what the coaches do. That's what Mike Owens used to do for Tyler Lee. He used to come up with a plan to cut off Jeremy Johnson. Okay, we're not gonna let him run bonkers on us. You know what I'm saying? So, or whoever. Like if you got a dual threat quarterback, no, we're not gonna let him beat us. He's gonna have to throw to beat us. We're not gonna let him dominate the game by running. So, but like I said, the defense got to show up Friday night for John Tyler. I believe their offense will do what they got to do. It's just about that defense. You can't let a receiver go bonkers on you. This Dylan Wright looks like a great player. I'll be keeping my eyes on him and see what he does Friday night. I won't be at the game. I'll be listening. But, like I say, I can tell from what goes on. I'm just saying. But we're hopefully 3-0 heading into, I believe that the week after that will be the bye week, and then you come back and face, that's when you'll come back and face McKinney North. That'll be back at Rose Stadium. That'll be the pink out game. So a lot of people be wearing the pink for breast cancer awareness month. But like I said, yeah, it's great to get this win. We figured it would happen, but you got to play the game, and that's what that is. So yeah, but like I say, real football fans, look out for that number 9, West Mesquite. Some people don't know much about West Mesquite. They usually a pretty solid football team. So we ready to see what happens. Now, this game, I think all the games it's on the schedule, but some people didn't know the game was actually at 7:00 this past Friday, not the usual 7:30 that we used to. Now, this game Friday night will be at 7, so the ones that's traveling to Mesquite, leave a little earlier. It's not at 7:30. I repeat, it's at 7 p.m. So, leave at 4 o'clock. If y'all plan on whatever, I'm not going to tell y'all. Just leave. Some of y'all better time management than me, but I think 4 o'clock is good. Hey, you can leave at 3 o'clock. Some of y'all, maybe the 6:35 might be an issue. But yeah. And for all y'all going, I hope y'all be safe. Have a great time at the game. Help Cujo Nation come strong and help JT get that dub. Oh yeah, and I'm gonna pass it back out to Rob, but we gotta do a couple shout out. Shout out to KT Lace. I'm gonna say that. Model. She be moving around. A lot of people respect her for that. She be moving. Look. Done did stuff in Chicago, all the states. She here locally in East Texas, but she's a versatile model. Done did things, you know what I'm saying, and you can't do nothing but give respect for the people doing things. Shout out to also shout out to Jeremy Lane, John Tyler alum. I always say this, and I said it to him in person when I seen him. The coolest thing, you could just take it to your grave. That somebody can never take away from you. You intercepted Tom Brady, who a lot of people consider the GOAT. It's either him or Joe Montana. You intercepted Tom Brady in the Super Bowl. Just not a regular game. Even if it was a regular game, it'd still be cool. But in the Super Bowl, I just think that's hella cool, man. I'm sorry, you just got to be truthful, give props where it's due. Shout out to Jeremy Lane, shout out to KT. You know what I'm saying? Hey, shout out to people that, respect my brand, support my brand, Shreveport, Marshall, all over East Texas, Tyler. Look, wherever, because we doing this thing region to region, state to state. Also, you need the fall photos. Message me, CJ Jones, Chris Jones. Message Rob on his page if you need to get in touch with me. I'm going to pass it back off to Rob. We signing out. Looking forward to a great week of football. Then going into the bye week, we be back approximately next weekend with this thing. Well, in a few days. Let's just say a few days with this thing coming back to y'all. We're going to be coming live and direct this next time, though. We doing our thing. But you never know what we could do week to week. I'm just saying. So just tune in. And I hope y'all have a great work week. And I'm signing off. CJ out.
Yeah. When you say about messaging me, make sure when y'all message me, all the women. No, but man, you know what? I thought about something. This is way off the wall, and some of y'all might be like what? But Young Thug still ain't dropped the bar to 7 yet. He said it was moments away. What the hell does moments mean to him? Moments means because this dude's weird, so maybe moments means months, maybe moments means second, maybe moments means week. I don't know. But Young Thug, what the hell is the bar to 7? He said it was moments away. That's like a week ago. A week ago. Anyway, yeah. Shout out to my boy Breeze from Shreveport. Came through last night for the Empire thing. Breeze from Shreveport. Get money, go broke. I've been doing it for a long time, so yeah, he got a label and he's got some artists. He got artists out there that's doing his thing. So big shout out to him. And you know, hey, this is one of those weeks where I can't put any Madden videos out because I got some technical difficulties going on. But you know what? It's a good thing because I can take a break from Madden. It's always a good thing to take a break from Madden, especially if you do what I do and you play it online. You need a break from Madden because the game will make you want to go do some crack or something. I'm telling you, it'll make you want to literally go find a crack dealer and it's like, hey, give me some of that crack. I want to try it. It's got to be something better than playing Madden. But anyway, yeah. So y'all going to the game, do your thing. Everybody be safe. I'm thinking if I can make it that trip, I would go, but I'm so busy all the time. But if my schedule gets early, I might be able to make it. So yeah, as we sit here, get ready for this this is a Sunday, so I'm getting to watch these Cowboys play. Yeah, if we out of here, and